Hey, this is Denley Blake here, and I'm going to be discussing the 3 C's of marketing is a must for generating leads and sales online. So I'm just going to be going over a couple of my notes that I have here. Okay, and so the 3 C's of marketing are: you got to create traffic, you have to create leads, and you have to have conversions. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is break down a couple of factors. So when you create traffic, you can create traffic, let's say, for instance, blogging and video. But let's say you're doing something like Craigslist ads, or you might want to go for a free method. Free methods using social media. Want to do paid traffic such as Facebook PPC and like solo ads, right? And so the next step in that, after you generate the traffic, you have to send the traffic somewhere. So you have to have something in place. Okay. Now, let's say, for instance, you were doing it, let's say through blogging. Okay. You can have something like basically it's a sales funnel, but in your blog, you would also have a funnel. So people will call it a blog funnel. Okay. The next thing that you'd have to have is a way to capture leads. So let's say, for instance, you are on a blog, and you ever see those pop-ups, and it's giving you, let's say, an offer or a reason for you to opt in, is trying to get your email address. That is like the beginning of the funnel. Okay, so all it is either a capture page, some type of thing that's going to be able to take your email. Okay, and the purpose of that is to build a list. And this having a list is very important. Now, you can generate leads online without building a list, but think about it this way: if you don't do that, then it's like each and every time you generate traffic, you're almost like having to pay for it over and over again, opposed to having a list that you can build a relationship with. And over time, what will happen when you look around, you just have this huge list, right? And these people already know, like, and trust you because you have given them so much value that when you send something out, you can send it out just to the people on your list and literally wake up and you have sales. Okay, so that's one of the importance of building a list. Okay, then the next thing you have to do is having conversions, and that's the importance of having an email list. Okay, because when you think about it, when you have people come to your site or maybe even watch your videos, right? They're not going to automatically buy on the spot. I mean, it's going to be very slim. You got to be like the most convincing person ever, right? But most people actually need at least 5 to 12 exposures. So some of the things you can do, let's say they're on the site and you had a pixel, right? Which is like Facebook ads, pixel. And after, you can basically stalk them around. Okay, I'm just giving you the extra tips, right? You can stalk them around on Facebook, right? And you're like, hey, I noticed you didn't opt in, you didn't take me up on my offer. You're following them around, and it presents like this big, like you're a big person or a big company or something like that, right? And so one of the things that I want to go back over and break it down a little bit better, okay, is the sales funnel. So like I said, you can have a blog and have a sales funnel. Now, there's several different ways people can go about, having a sales funnel. Now, you can use, let's say, a sales funnel in terms of like, Aweber GetResponse, which is an autoresponder, okay, and that allows you to collect leads. Okay, now another thing that I'm getting into is text message marketing. Okay, so you might want to take the phone number, because when you look at the conversion rates for emails, it might be like 20%. But when you talk about text messaging, I mean, people always check their phone. The trick is to really have something convinced that they'll actually give you the phone number. Okay. Now, okay, so it's always in the follow-up, right? And so I'm going to give you another strategy that you can use. So let's say you've built your list, okay, and you decided you want to have a community on Facebook. So doing that every time you're on Facebook and you're talking to those people in your group, not only do you look like a leader, but at the same time, while you're within the group, you can put stuff out to your list that's going to be of value. So you can you can have a group and have that as your list, okay? And Now, another strategy. Now, some people don't like to do this, but it's actually really just getting on the phone. Okay. So let's say you had some opt into your list. They gave you the phone number. You can follow up on the phone. Now, the trick to that is you want to come from a position of leadership. So it's like, let's say you had a survey. So you can use like Aweber GetResponse and have a survey. So you can only work with those people that's serious. Because let's say you have the form and it's like so many different fields filled out. You need to question to find out where they're at, where you can actually help them and be of service to them. So that when you get on the phone, one, you call them by name, people like that. Okay. And you basically build some type of rapport. And especially if you already had, let's say, a video, they already feel like they know, like, and trust you. And especially if you have a playlist already going, okay? So they more than likely, if they gave you the information, they feel like they know you because they probably watch a couple of your videos and they feel like they already know you. So when you get on the phone with them, it's like, oh my gosh, this person actually called me. I actually had a friend of mine when I was going through his funnel that happened to me. And so I filled out a form. Okay. Once it went from the form, he got in contact with me on Facebook within an hour. And it was like, hey, do you want to do a hangout? So if you don't really like the phone, you can actually close people either using Skype or using Google Hangout for whatever product or service that you have. And that's, I'm telling you, it's powerful because the impression that it gives to that person is like, one, they know you. And it's like, oh, this leader is calling me. So guess what they're going to do? They're actually going to make time to meet with you. Okay. And like I said, I just wanted to share the three C's of marketing. You have to be able to create traffic, collect the leads, and you have to do the conversions. Now, another thing when it comes to conversions, okay, especially when using a sales funnel, you want to test. So you want to at least test 2 to 3 other pages to see which one converts better. Now, I'll tell you for a fact what converts the most. Instead of saying, try the best new thing on the market, just give me your email address. You will probably want to do, let's say, a lead magnet. So let's say you're in a health niche, okay? Instead of you saying, hey, just subscribe to my list, you can say, in exchange, find out the 5 ways that you can get rid of belly fat today, okay? So they're going to give you the email because obviously they got on the site, they're interested, but for you to collect that email address, you have to give them something of value. So all those people that's on that page is really wanting to learn how to lose their midsection, then yes, they'll give you the email address. And the whole purpose of that is so that you can maintain a relationship. Now I'm gonna give you another tip. So when you send out the first email, what you want to put in that first email is actually have your Facebook contact information in there so they can connect with you in the first email. Okay. You might also want to put in your Skype, your Google Hangout. It'll give people comfort like they actually know you. It just has better conversions. I just wanted to share that with you. This has been Denlyn Blake. Thank you for watching, and I'll leave my information below. All right. Peace.